Donald Trump, yeah, he's a racist,
privileged. I don't like the guy.
I find him very frightening.
He's a mug,
Entitled.
he's ruining America.
Idiot.
It shouldn't come as a big shock that many in Bradford, England, don't like US President Donald Trump. Hundreds of thousands protested his recent visit to the UK, and more than 60% say he makes the world a more dangerous place.
He's effectively going to cause a war at some point.
I asked the people here for their opinions on a wide range of issues. It started off by asking if the UK needs a President Donald Trump or if the US needs Jeremy Corbyn. The head of UK's opposition Labour Party, he's been compared to Bernie Sanders.
People want a country run for the benefit of the many, not the few.
If I had to say one, I would say that America needs Jeremy Corbyn, but personally I feel that America would be better with Bernie Sanders.
Britain doesn't need a Trump and America doesn't need a Corbyn. We just need somebody who's level-headed, all of us.
The UK doesn't need Donald Trump. We've got enough problems as it is, thank you.
And does America need a Jeremy Corbyn?
Probably, yes. If you think about it, there's huge inequalities in America, huge inequalities. It's extraordinary. A very incredibly rich country. But, I mean, we're a rich country and look at the poverty we've got.
I think America needs Jeremy Corbyn because I think Donald Trump makes quite some bad decisions.
They're both extreme politicians, really, in terms of their views. One's obviously a very right-wing politician and the other one's a very left-wing politician.
England needs Jeremy Corbyn. Donald Trump is not welcome here because what he thinks is all about himself and he just likes to mess the social economy up. Like he destroyed America, we don't want racism in our England because we all get along very well. And I want Jeremy Corbyn to come here and be England's leader or president.
Nobody needs Donald Trump. Britain needs somebody like Jeremy Corbyn.
What about the US? Does the US need a Jeremy Corbyn instead of Trump?
They'd have done far better with Bernie Sanders.
I think the UK needs Jeremy Corbyn. I think the UK needs Jeremy Corbyn in power to be able to feel the effects or any kind of change in society. I definitely don't think we need Donald Trump in the UK, as was demonstrated when he did come here for a visit and was intensely protested by many, many people.
But I did speak to one person with a very different take.
I think Britain needs Trump. Yeah. The one we've got now, totally useless.
What do you like about Donald Trump?
His forthrightness, I think. He says what he's going to do and he does it. Ours say what they're going to do and they don't do it. We need somebody harder now for the Brexit.
In July 2016, a majority of voters in Bradford, as across the United Kingdom, voted to leave the European Union.
We've got our country back!
With Brexit now just 6 months away, Britain remains deeply divided. Negotiations are ongoing, but it's unclear if a deal will be reached between the European Union and Prime Minister Theresa May.
By working intensively and closely, we can achieve that deal. I believe a deal is achievable, and now is the time to make it happen.
On Saturday, over 500,000 people marched in London, demanding a new vote on the final Brexit deal, something the Prime Minister has rolled out.
Did you vote for Brexit?
Yes.
Talk about why you voted for Brexit.
Because we don't want to be ruled by the people that we beat in the last war. And that's what it's all about.
I voted to stay, personally. Okay. I think considering the drop in the pound, the way Brussels are treating Parliament and the possibility of a no deal scares the hell out of me. I hope that we do get a vote on the final deal and what's to come, but we've got to wait and see at this point, I guess, don't we?
I think it's a combination of issues. I think when you are faced with a system where you don't feel heard, people use the means or the opportunity that they have to send a message. So I think a lot of people did use the Brexit vote to do that.
Well, I actually voted to leave because I couldn't believe that anybody would be stupid enough to leave. And what I didn't want it to be is 100% whitewash of Remain. I wanted there to be some kind of voice saying, hey, we're not happy.
I'm frightened about how it's going to affect poor people, most of all, how it's going to affect them. I'm very scared of it. I don't want it to happen. I like being part of Europe, and I'm a European, a citizen of the world, and I don't like what we're going through. I've been depressed about it for 2 years. It worries me.
Why did so many people vote to leave?
Because they were left behind, because they were conned,
I mean, when you think back, we ruled a third of the world. And we still have an empire, in a sense. We still have the Commonwealth, which is still about a third of the world. But we're not allowed to deal with them on the same footing as we used to be.
It was a colonial relation.
It was colonial at the time. Now they're independent, but they're still part of the Commonwealth. And we want that back.
Well, the appeal of leave, I should imagine, is that people are harking back to some idea of what Britain used to be like in some golden age, which never really existed. Or if it did exist, it existed on the backs of people who were being oppressed by Britain.
And we're getting far too many immigrants in. They're just coming in for the freebies, They don't have to work. They can come straight in and start drawing money. And that's not on. Not on.
And Donald Trump also opposes immigration.
Exactly. I mean, we don't mind it to a degree, but all we're getting at the moment, I think, is freeloaders. And we don't want that. We want our country back as it was.
Bradford is a city where we have had a lot of immigration. My own family are immigrants. I'm a second, third generation immigrant myself. So people tend to have concerns around who can come to the UK and how easy it is for people to come to the UK. So you had a lot of people that I spoke to, a lot of businesses said, if we vote for Brexit, then it will be more likely for us to, for our kind of compatriots or people from our background across the Commonwealth, will be able to come here easier. It's certainly not going to be the case that the UK can limit migration from certain areas and increase migration from other areas. That's not what we're seeing, happen in practice afterwards anyway.
Stay tuned for the next installment of this report at therealnews.com. From Bradford, England, this is Jaisal Noor.